Hello and welcome back to another cast of Dawn of War 2 multiplayer. Alright, so today we have Texaneous as the Orc on the blue side, and Ruthless as Heart as Eldar on the red side. We have a Warp Spider Exarch versus a Commando Knob. Alright, in the beginning here, obviously we're going to get our standard openers. Texaneous decides to go for some shooter boys, and Ruthless at Heart goes for an extra Guardian squad. Kind of interesting to see how this one turns out in terms of mid and or late game, to see how things, the variations that we could see. Texaneous is getting the second shooter squad up, so you should have two sluggers and one slugger, two shooters, having one Howling Banshees. So very similar combo, both two ranged units and one melee unit. Let's see what the commandos are doing. Oh, that's not too bad. Obviously capping their initial points up here. Looks like Eldar is going to get a small advantage in the very beginning here for the command victory points, or victory points. He caps it, and then caps it. Yeah, the Warp Spider being able to blink up there a little bit quicker, and then holding it down. I'm surprised all these orcs retreated though. I guess he could just warp out there anytime he wanted to, and Texaneous just knew that could happen. So at this point, Texaneous is setting the commando knob up here to hopefully recap this, or decap it at least, for nothing else. And that's it for the beginning. And let's have a look at the quick resources. Oh, very, very similar all over. Getting the first generators down almost exactly the same timing, in fact. Just need to see coming down. Oh, it looks like Texaneous is a little bit ahead of his Eldar counterpart. And he does manage to at least decap it. We'll see if he's able to capture that control victory point. Oh, I still love the Orc English. And yes, he will be able to capture two, if not all three points at the very beginning. But he's going to sacrifice a defensive position with these power generators. So I'm not sure I fully agree with it. He is coming down here, but he's moving up. I don't know. He just didn't have enough defenses for these generators. Remember, these were each 100 resource points. So, it may have not been the best decision, because he's going to lose, he may lose two of them if he's not careful. He's definitely going to lose one. That's 100 resources he's behind already. But he is floating on 200, they're both around 220 each. Incomes are 324 versus 308, and 34 versus 34 in power. So it's still very, very even at the beginning here. I think it's damage rate, getting the sluggers into those banshees, that they're howling, then immediately retreating. Oh boy. Looks like the Warp Spider versus the Commando, and the Warp Spider does retreat. Interested to see. Ruthless at Heart getting out a Ranger squad. Definitely useful in almost any circumstances. Really, they pay for themselves over the entirety of the match, never straight away. And here we go with some sluggers moving in, so maybe 1-for-1 generator destroyed each side, moving up his commando knob, maybe wanting to get rid of this squad or even decap this requisition point up here real quick. He's going to definitely try and kill this power point. He's not going to decap it? Interesting. Oh, he may want to move his dude back. He did get a couple of model kills. Does throw a grenade to see if he can finish it off. Not bad timing at all. Does delay all these reinforcements. He should be pulling back by now. He knows it. Moving up. Not sure that's a good idea, because those Howling Banshees are going to get on top of him any second now. Oh, but it does do a good amount of damage. It's yet again, the shout then retreat. Didn't quite work, but it does force a retreat of the entire Orc party. At the same time, though, he has managed to get 3 generators up here, and 1 getting up right now, versus no generators for Ruthless at Heart at all. So that's 64 power versus 19, giving him a commanding lead. And Ruthless at Heart actually having lower resources. Is he building anything? He did get that Ranger squad, which hopefully will pay for itself over time. He's now going to have to recapture all these points. I would like to see some early mech play. Definitely get a walking, trash can out for the orcs would be nice to see. Other than that, I'm going to be interested to see how the Ruthless at Heart gets about this. If he's going to stick to a heavy tier 1 push and then move slowly to tier 3 or tier 2, or if he's going to do a quick switch now with his basic forces. Not too much happening right now, obviously, but we'll see how it goes. It's still one apiece of victory points. Commando Mob gonna take that bottom point. These Banshees gonna decap this victory point. Throw a grenade as soon as you can. Does he throw a grenade? Yes, he does. A little bit too late, though. Does force the retreat. But those other orcs, even if they're standing there with no cover, get behind the rocks, Eldar. Get behind the rocks. And yeah, those orcs are not gonna be able to do too much now. We're forced to pull back. Eldar coming up here, taking that. Oh, we do see the commander. Oh, the commando forced off that warp spider X-Arch, and the rangers moving up. Do they have rangers? No, they're just getting the Pathfinder gear now, so they're not quite yet invisible. Tex moving up to tech level 2. Oh, nice. And most likely gonna lose this generator as well now. I think it would have been a better use of the commando knob to maybe sneak here, or just sneakily take these 2 points, or do something here. Taking this power node doesn't seem the most efficient or effective use of that unit that could stealth that early in the game. You really want to do a lot more sabotaging. He is moving up to tech level 2. Tex is moving up to tech level 2, forcing away those rangers, but losing this entire power node here. Only had one generator on it, admittedly. Taking these units here. They do have a flamer, so they'll be very effective against the Guardians, if not backed up. And even against the... Oh, it looks like they're going to be forced to retreat pretty soon now. Yeah, the Banshees coming in and forced to retreat. This command op still should be doing something more useful than trying to go against 3 or 4 units. Remember, your commander is powerful, but he's no match for 4-on-1. And I've got no idea what he's thinking here. Yeah, he's gonna have to pull back all the way and retreats. There you go. 2 squads of shooters, to be honest, but they only have 2 of 5 and 3 of 5. Just get your units back up. As Orc, you really need to keep the horde going, I suppose. He is getting a watch rock. Still love the Orc English. It's awesome. No tech for Ruthless at heart yet. He must be floating pretty high. No, he is not floating that high on the resource count, to be honest. In fact, he's pulled even on the energy count because he's been destroying so many generators, but his upkeep is keeping it behind a little bit. And gonna lose all these generators. It's gonna be a massive blow for the blue team here. And he's still not interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure what he's thinking here. You really should be using this commando orc to do something. He's upgraded with a shotgun, which is okay. I definitely don't start there. He's gonna lose all this. Oh, that's a good shot though. He should have had some sluggers try and come from behind to do something though. Let these guys get over here to use it, because otherwise, look, he pulls them back, but they're not gonna take any more casualties after the initial hit. So not the best strategic thinking right there. Still only 2 out of 5 people on the shooter squad. I don't quite agree with that. No gen harass for the blue team. The war truck is up. I imagine he's probably going to put something in it. Yes, he does have a group of sluggers in them. Oh, nice. So quick transportation around the map. And they're getting a burner upgrade, so they'll be very effective in close quarters. Pull back, capture it. They're already on retreat. And yeah, the Rangers are set up. Oh, almost gonna lose an entire squad to those Rangers. Wise enough to pull back. Where is that commando? He's all the way down here. Still not sure what he's doing. And he pulls back away. Why is he not capturing this? What is so important? Yes, he may capture this, but it's like two in the sky, 1 on the stone. I don't know. It seems very illogical. Maybe he's gonna go up here and try and do some gen harass with the burner upgrade. He's still chasing it down. Is he gonna load him back up, or just he's gonna load him back up, then move out, I guess. Ruthless Heart now moving up to tech level 2. In fact, almost there. And yeah, I think the gen harass opportunity has ended. Where's this commando? He is capping that. Nicely done. And yes, Tex is gonna be forced to retreat. There's just too much stuff there at the moment. But it's actually a fairly even game right about now. Blue being a little bit ahead, but he did just get out. He called in his first group of warp spiders immediately, using his command points. Brilliant move. Just had enough to pull it off as well. So the upkeep is going to favor Tex for the moment. But all that firepower, yeah. And the Banshee's getting there, definitely have to force to pull back against those shooter boys. He may even lose his entire squad. They're really low on health. Oh no, he pulls back at the last second. There you go. And on the right hand side, leave you some explosives. These are only really these explosives, same with Imperial Guard, are only really effective if you have the presence of mind to use them. Otherwise, they're completely underused. Oh, get the grenade off of the truck. Yeah, but ooh, doing a good amount of damage. Does he still have a shotgun upgrade? Yes, he does. I imagine he would have used that already. Oh, but he does force a retreat off his Guardian squad. And these Banshees are nearly dead. Do a quick little hit on them. He is focusing, but the Warp Spider X-Shot is moving back on him. Oh, and he does force a retreat. This war truck may go down, however you may say it. Still not reinforcing these guys. I'm very surprised. Over here we have... Yeah, look. Needs to use those explosives now. Maybe not in the right position as well. Probably wants to get a little bit closer to the actual point next time you deploy those. Rangers sprinting across the field to capture this real quick. Nothing spectacularly strange about that. And it really looks like Eldar's pulling ahead with Dow2 building a Weird Boy. Interesting choice. Can be very effective against those Guardians, though. We'll see how that turns out at the end. And here we go. We have a little bit more action, I think, gonna happen pretty soon. Yeah, the two big shooters. Where you want the Taka. Okay, pull back before you die. He may get his last shot off. He will. But he shoot it on the other squad. Yeah, still those squads are so weak. He may just be using them as capping people, but you know. Here we go, Weird Boy's on the field. I remember that little blast he does will knock units back. But still, where's that commando doing? He's going around. Yeah, I still think he really should be decapping some of these points to just reset the attack counter, if nothing else. And going to recapture this. Never use that explosive. And where's that war truck moving off to? Doing some basic gen harass, but again be forced to pull back. Oh yeah, against all that, they don't stand a chance. And the Warp Spider's doing a bit of warping action. Oh, and they got a grenade off it. They're gonna slow it down here so everything else can catch up. Nice move, nice move. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And the Weird Boy, actually the Weird Boy is not in a bad position. He would go down pretty quickly to all that firepower though. Needs to come back, needs to come back. Commando does cap the point down here, moving on to the power node. Oh, Sluggo's repairing the war wagon, or war truck, however you want to say it. Yes, oh, finally it does reinforce these squads. Using an ability here, I counter. What did he upgrade it with? He upgraded it with the warp head. Okay. He is going to force all of these guys to retreat, though. Oh, nice grenade. They're going to blow some orcs up. And that Guardian squad is going to force to pull back. Nothing they can do. This hero coming down, warping to this point, going to capture it. Where is the commando knob? Capturing this one here. Hasn't moved. Needs to move stuff around a little bit more. He needs to, yeah, he definitely has to recap these. He does something about getting the power advantage away from the Eldar, which is 59 to 29 now. That's quite a huge difference in this game. Oh, yeah, and this last squad is going to be forced to pull back. The Weird Boy being able to do a little bit more. And we do see an little summon here of the, I can't remember this is Arntalk, however you call it. Heavy hero style unit, melee. Probably going to upgrade it with the blade. Would be pretty standard, I think. That Warp Spider giving a bit of trouble to these entire Sluggos boys. And he moves out to attack level 3, getting the attack weapon ability. Oh, the commando knob is being upgraded with the Assassin knife. Orc English, I love it, but it's confusing me. I'm dyslexic. That's like, oh! Say it the right way, but that's wrong. In the right way. It's very confusing. Doing some more gen harass, very, very good for the Eldar player. He's going to use the try and assassinate ability, but doesn't quite get it there in time. Over here, just standard deployments. I still don't see any heavy mech. I want to see a walking can from the Orc player right about now, just to give some bulk to that central line, because he's having to retreat too much. He doesn't have any staying power in any battlefield. He doesn't have any hero, or he doesn't have any knobs because he's not Tech 3, obviously, but he doesn't have anything that can make him stay in one point and take more damage and allow his shooters to really do what they need to do. This war truck is going to run away again. Setting up an explosive in the center, better served to be really here, seeing everything moves through these choke points. And the war truck is going to go down out of control and going to drop a squad when it's inside of it. The burner squad comes outside, most likely going to get retreated. Yes, there you go. On the left hand side, two weird boys and the shooters moving up, totally out of position, going to lose both of these gens very rapidly, and quite possibly decap this. So now massive power advantage to Reckless at heart. Yeah, 29 to 54, and even the reclamation points, rec points are such a difference. But to be honest, he hasn't used any of his raw abilities, whatever you want to call it. Oh, nice use of the weird boy right there. Just not quite enough, kind of forced to retreat. And the commando knob, I'm sure, will be forced to retreat in just this. There you go. Oh, he did lose his shooter squad right there to a grenade by the looks of it. And moving on to tech level 3. I don't know if I agree with that. What does he really have? I mean, oh, he summons in the commando knobs with his abilities. That's not a bad idea at all. Very situational use. I'd like to see him. He still needs some frontline staying power, which he doesn't have any right now. Has that Antok been upgraded? I'm sure I'm going to be corrected. Yes. Executioner upgrade. No grenade use. With a weird boy backup, that's going to be a pretty effective squad, actually. Oh, nice little use there of their ability to suppress. Force back stuff. And oh, these guys need to retreat. Come on, pull back before you lose the entire squad. 2 models left, and he retreats. I don't think he's gonna get away. And Ruthless hard going to tech level 3, getting another war wagon. He does actually lose that squad down here, and these warp spiders' ability to warp around. Good times. And oh, the warp spider XR did actually go down, but the scores are 296 for the blue team, 198 for the red team. So the blue team still has a numerical advantage in terms of victory points, but their forces are dwindled down so much. I really don't think it's going to matter in a couple of minutes, because red is just going to be able to overpower him in all the engagements.
We'll carry up them shooters.
And here's exactly what I'm talking about. The warp spider is going here, just gonna decap it and capture it, but he decapped it. He reset the timer, which is the important thing. The tech should have done that all the time with both of these points with his commander, because he has the ability to infiltrate so early on. Oh, a couple of grenades, forcing them to run away. Nice job there. And here we go. Not too much happening on the side. It's just, right now, it's a very cat and mouse game, which is actually very intriguing to play. It's allowing Tex a bit of time to catch up. He's floating around 300 rec, opposed to with the heart 330 now. And it's still 24 power generation to 54 power generation to the Eldar. So I just don't see how Tex is going to come back from this fully. He does have that weird boy out, which is going to do huge amounts of damage. The Will's weird boys are incredibly effective against it. But he's going to... this may not be too good. These spiders are going to keep warping in front of him. And what is that going to be? Oh, another warping for warp spiders. He's definitely going to try and take out that weird boy. Will he get it? No, looks like he will have just enough time to get away. And the warp spider XR coming in, but he's getting some more power harassment. Yes! And, oh, this is going to hurt the Orc player Tex so much. Now it's 3 teleportation squads, with 1 being his commander, 2 warp spiders, which looks like they... one has been upgraded, the other one hasn't yet been upgraded. The Orcs just don't have anything to counteract the amount of stuff on the field, I think. really don't have enough stuff on the field. Oh boy. And finally moving up here and turning around again. Yeah, he did just capture it. Gonna move in, but to be honest, if he knew all this was coming, remember, Techs can't see this, so that actually looked like it hit the scenery versus the spider. Interesting. Ooh, retreat. It's too late to retreat. Wow, he went down pretty quickly there. That's a lot of firepower from those warp spiders. And ooh, this boy might go down. Weird boy might go down because these warp spiders gonna pounce here. Yes, and I'm gonna say he's gonna go down. That's just too much firepower right about now. 60 life left. Are they gonna go into the guns and warp in there? Yes, and they get him out of control. He does a bit of psychic floating, and he's gonna explode. Maybe he takes out with this squad with him. We'll see. He's moving up here, and he's gonna go down here apparently. Come on, go up there. No, still floating. I didn't think it took quite this long to explode. Oh, well, is he gonna do anything? No, he explodes. Yay! Not exploding in quite the best place for him, I have to say, but whatever. These guys being upgraded with Warlock to be their leader, but oh, it's getting really in the favor of the Eldar here. Just the amount of stuff that's on the field, and he's still using that commando knob, not quite. Yeah, that's a good use of him. Forcing a retreat, but to be honest, another force field has been set up there, and they're just going to go there and give him some free damage. Warp Spider X starts moving in. Where are these little teleporter dudes? Oh, everyone's back here. How much wreck is he floating on? Not that much. He must have been definitely getting back to full strength. We do finally see a Knob Squad coming out for attacks. Nice heavy melee infantry. And the War Wagon, definitely a good way to get them there, although he needs to repair it. It's such low health right about now. Moving in here with these knobs in the back to hopefully take out this Guardian Squad. I don't think he sees it being captured there. Oh, he doesn't care. He's just going to run straight past it, in fact. But 3 nodes to 0. This is going to go really quickly. The ticks are coming in fast and furious now. And there goes the war truck. Ah! Should have repaired that when he had the chance. And his entire force now moving out. So in about 30 seconds, there's going to be something going on. Well, about 30 seconds, I say. But then again, these guys can all warp forward. So it's going to be quicker than that. My bad. These knobs can take a lot of firepower, but against all of this, I just don't think they're going to have it. They're going to, yes, they're forced to retreat that quickly. Oh, I don't want to call it just yet, but to be honest, it's really looking in the favor of the Eldar player. There's just not enough resources for attacks. I'm not even sure what he's trying to do. He loses his commander again. That's twice now to that really fast, heavy DPS of all of these Warp Spiders and the Guardian Squads. Oh, teleporting up here, I'm not quite sure what he teleported up here for. Oh, he's gonna grab that point real quick. Definitely a good idea. He's so far ahead now, though. I'm just not sure what's gonna happen with what the Orc is gonna try and do. I still don't see any tech coming out for attacks. He's still really heavily relying on the infantry, and I'm not too sure if I agree with that. The badges have been upgraded with their leaders, so they're effective against most forms of armor. Oh, that's a nice little use. I think the commandos need to get out of there, though. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Yeah, warp straight on top of them where he thinks they are retreating. And these guys are going to go down because we're just going to see a continual warp into here to here. Oh, and yeah, there we go. First warp. And we only need with 1 warp, in fact. Yep, and it does go down with 12 points left. I'm going to call the match saying the Orc is just not quite going to do anything. If I was going to give a major reason of why he didn't do anything, why he wasn't able to win his matches, first off, good micro on the Eldar part. Didn't lose very many units in the beginning, only a couple. But to be honest, the units that Tex brought out weren't the effective units that were really needed against the Eldar. And when he did have the effective units, he was separated and not together. He never attacked as one big, mighty horde, which is what the Orcs really need. And that really is what's going to cost him the match. He did capture a point, but it's 2 points to 120. 2 squads versus 6, sorry. So we're going to see this match end momentarily. I'm surprised he hasn't GG'd yet.
Eldar act posh, but they's just thieves.
Yes, and I still love the little orc voice in the background, especially when he talks about the generators exploding and it happening a bit. It's a true statement. Anything the orcs build never lasts that long.
They ain't marching any
Yeah, even getting here, and the match is over. That was definitely a very good game. It tailed off towards the end, but definitely very intense for the first, 10-15 minutes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching me. Hope you've enjoyed this, cats, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.